Welcome back to HFO Multifamily Market Watch, your trusted source for information for apartment owners and investors. Multifamily Market Watch is presented by Pacific Exteriors Northwest, a contractor specializing in siding and exterior envelopes and delivering exceptional quality and service for over 30 years. And by Gantry Incorporated, the nation's largest independent mortgage banking firm.
Welcome back to Multifamily Market Watch, the podcast that keeps you in the know on everything affecting apartment investors and owners across Oregon and Washington. I'm Michael Pierce, Senior Data Analyst at HFO Investment Real Estate. This week we're rezoning in on Washington State, because if you know apartments north of the Columbia, there are 3 major policy shifts now in effect that you definitely need to know about. So which ones are we talking about? Surprise clean building compliance letters that landed in your mailbox, sweeping changes in parking mandates, and one of the country's most ambitious transit-oriented development laws now live and ready for action. So let's jump in. If you own an apartment property in Washington over 20,000 square feet, you probably received a confusing 2-page notice from the Department of Commerce sometime around July 1st. And if you're anything like the dozens of folks who called our office, you probably said, "What is this? And do I need to do something?" The short answer is yes, and within the next 2 years. These notices are part of Washington's Clean Building Tier 2 law, aimed at reducing energy waste in mid-sized buildings, including most multifamily properties above 20,000 square feet. But don't panic, we've broken it down for you. Here's what you actually need to do. First, benchmark your energy use. Log 12 months of electricity, gas, and steam data into the Energy Star Portfolio Manager. This gets you your baseline energy use. Second, create an Energy Management Plan, or EMP. This is a simple Word document or PDF outlining how you plan to monitor and reduce energy use. It includes who's responsible, how often things are reviewed, and any upgrades or targets that you've got in mind. Templates are available, and trust me, it's easier than it sounds. Third, implement an operations and maintenance plan. Make sure your HVAC systems, lighting, boilers, and pumps are maintained regularly. You'll need to document this on a checklist or logbook, basically providing that you're not letting energy slip through the cracks. All of this is due by July 1st, 2027, but here's the kicker. If you do it early, you may be eligible for up to 30 cents per square foot in incentive payments. That's a possible $6,000 for a 20,000 square foot property. Would you like the step-by-step summary that we put together for our clients? Just call your HFO broker at 503-241-5541 or email us at service@h4.com, HFORE.com, and we'll send you an easy-to-follow outline. Next up, let's talk parking. On July 25th, the Nonprofit Congress for the New Urbanism published an analysis of Washington's Parking Reform and Modernization Act, which is known as SB 5184. It reframed the entire conversation around required parking. Here's the deal. Minimum parking requirements are now off the table for the majority of new housing units. That includes all apartments under 1,200 square feet, ADUs, affordable housing, senior housing, childcare facilities, and commercial spaces under 3,000 square feet. For everything else, parking is capped at half a space per multifamily unit and 1 space per single-family home. This shift is a game changer. Parking has historically driven up costs and reduced the number of units developers could build, especially in infill locations. Now developers have more flexibility, and parking becomes a market decision, not a regulatory burden. So if you've been struggling to pencil a deal because of structured parking costs, this may open a new path forward. And finally, let's talk transit and density. Washington's new transit-oriented development law, or HB 1491, officially went into effect July 27th. This is arguably one of the most forward-thinking transit development laws in the entire country. It requires cities to allow more housing near transit, specifically within a quarter mile of frequent bus stops and within a half a mile of light rail and commuter rail stations. Within those zones, cities must allow greater density, and in return, developers can access some serious incentives. The incentives include a 20-year multifamily tax exemption and a 50% reduction on impact fees. The affordability requirements are 10% of units must be reserved for housing earning up to 60% of AMI, and 20% of units for households earning 80% of AMI. Each city has a different implementation deadline. Some must comply immediately, especially if their comp plans are outdated. Others have until 2029. Here's the bottom line. Washington is placing big bets on housing density near transit. If you own or are looking to acquire land in these areas, now is the time to take a second look. This law just unlocked a new layer of development potential. So let's recap. If you got that Clean Buildings Tier 2 letter, don't ignore it. Get started with benchmarking or call us for help. Take advantage of new parking flexibility, especially for smaller units and urban sites, and explore the TOD law incentives. They could be the key to making your next project pencil. Washington is reshaping how multifamily gets built and operated, and for once the red tape is peeling back in ways that favor housing production. As always, HFO is here to help navigate. Reach out to your broker for a one-on-one guidance, and don't forget, you can get a copy of our Clean Buildings Compliance Summary with just a quick call. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Michael Pearson. This has been Multifamily Market Watch. We'll catch you next time with more specifics from the Pacific Northwest multifamily market. Have a great week.
Our entire office specializes in multifamily real estate, making HFO the largest multifamily brokerage in the Pacific Northwest. Your success is our passion. Build your legacy with HFO. Call 503-241-5541 or visit our website at HFORE.com for more information. HFO is a member of Global Real Estate Advisors. Learn more at GREA.com.